Coach Toyin. Welcome to today's session. We're going really, really deep. So, for those joining for the first time ever, you're welcome to this space. Yes, I support entrepreneurs and I also serve as a transformational coach because on the journey of success, we do need to develop skills, right, that will help us be unstoppable. Okay. And one of the things that I see that do stop people is tied to emotions, right? Emotional intelligence allows us to develop the skills to navigate our own inner universe and manage our energy in a productive way. So we're going to go deeper. So pull up, greetings, good to see everyone. Pull up, tell your friends to pull up. This is going to be very powerful. It is powerful, okay? So welcome again. Emotional healing. It's about uncovering the future buried under the past. And when I talk about the past, listen, the last few seconds is already the past. So it doesn't have to be 20, 30 years ago, is that we need to develop skills to move through life as we encounter new experiences. We need skills, right? When I talk about skills, it means we must develop, we must learn, and then it takes time to develop, to mature, to develop the skills. It's a muscle that we have to cultivate. Okay. One of the things I always say also is that emotional intelligence, EQ, the way I teach it, it's actually a form of energy management. I wish we would call it energy management because emotions. Okay, so I've gotten deep now. Okay, I'm going deeper. Are you ready to go with me? All right, grab your pen, grab your paper. I'm about to drop one thing you need to grasp for life. Your emotions, okay, are driven by your thoughts and your energy. When they collide, they create a chemical reaction in your body. Okay? Your thoughts that originate in your mind, plus your energy that is part of your soul. This is the gift of God, right? You're right. God gave a breath and breath inside also. You carry, right? A form of God. God created us in his image. So you are a life force. You do have a force that drive impact. And your thoughts, in a way, decides where your energy is going to go. The flow of your energy, the direction it goes, right, is governed by your thoughts. It's like the steering wheel of a car, right? It's like, where do you want to go? Turn left, turn right, turn left, turn right, pause, brake, accelerate. That control of the flow of energy is governed by your thoughts. You decide where you want to focus on, and once you focus on the thought, that thought hijacks your energy and your energy starts creating reality. If this is all I've said, I think you should just go and sleep sleep on this one. Control, right? So if you're driving a car and you don't control the car is reckless, it goes everywhere. It damages things, it damages all, like, listen, it causes havoc. So an uncontrolled heart, mind, listen, both the driver, the car, the people, the world, right, will face the consequences of lack of EQ. You yourself, anybody in your boat, anybody in your car, the people you're doing life with, your relationships, spouse, kids, listen, you impact them when you don't develop these skills. Everything you touch is influenced by your energy flow. Okay. See, I already got let me calm. Let me bring this down. Again, if you're new, welcome to the space. I really go deeper. Hi, Mr. Bossede. I see Ife. Listen, this is deep. This is life changing. If you get this one thing today, you will set yourself up for unstoppable success. You are an energy being, you have a life force within you. This is a gift of God. How I wish, this is what I wish, that when we were children, as people were telling us to go to school, get this degree, I wish, which is how it ought to be. Training, I wish we're all trained on how to navigate and control, right? Navigate our own energy in a positive way. Most of what most people got is subdued. People were subdued. People were controlled, but not taught how to control themselves. Let's unpack that a little bit, because that's the past. It's one of the things in the past. If that sounds familiar with you, it's one of those things you have to unbury. Like you have to uncover, right? Let me pick that one. Okay. If you grew up in a culture or nurturing or a family unit where you weren't given control to control yourself, but you were controlled, you were told who to be, how to speak, how to exist. You were programmed in a way for failure, because other people controlling you leads you to a very, very, very emotionally dangerous place. Very, very dangerous, because you'll be out of control. And now you become subject to control. You become enslaved. You become a slave in the hands of those vices. Okay. I'm going to say something that connects to what I just shared, because when I'm teaching, we're going into very advanced stages. So sometimes, if you're not there yet, you might be misunderstanding or not grasping what I mean. Let me unpack that as well. I'll connect the dots. You see, you can become a victim, a villain, or a victor. Again, you are an energy being, you have a life force. Listen, we eat food to gain energy so that you can do work. You have your energy, the energy coming out of your thoughts, you emit it. This can be measured through scientific instruments today. Your heart, energy is everywhere on you. Force, impact. So you drive impact. Whether you're driving, whether you're cooking, we need energy to do work. So you pack energy. But when you cannot control, if somebody else is controlling you, this is what then happens. You hear people say, they did this to me, they did that to me. You start blaming people. That's a victim, right? The government is the problem, your employer is the problem, your spouse is the problem. They are always the problem, simply because you've not taken full responsibility. That's why I called it a skill. Depending on where you're coming from, depending the past, right? Depending on your training, right? You may need full 100% upgrade, or maybe just this is just a top up. This might be just be a reminder to sharpen that existing skill. One of the things that you have to watch out for is when people want you to remain a subject of whatever that is, because they stop you from growing to your greatest self. The most dangerous thing that happens when people don't have this, it's beyond self-control, it's energy management, right? This control of your entire being, and it has to come from knowledge of self and developing the skill to drive your own growth. What typically happens is people become victims, villains, and if you have the skill, you become a victor. You overcome, you come out of the past into your future. And guess what happens? You can then accelerate into, right, self-actualization, which is the unleashing of the greater version of yourself. And that greater version of the self of yourself is the one that can do the work of wealth creation, prosperity, all of these amazing things that we all want, right? Is that on that journey, you need to start asking yourself, what version of you can really do this work? And when people want you to remain where you are, right? Instead of helping you grow and mature, this is the symptoms of the world we live in. Is that the people who raised you, the culture, whatever those things are, is different for everybody. Those who are, in your mind, they are God. You can't touch them. Their thoughts, right, run in your system. They rule your system. If God is saying do this, you're like, oh, you're afraid. When you doubt, when those things are still in your system, is because you've been programmed to function that way. Part of emotional healing is to clean up those things. Okay, let me take a moment. Before I continue to raise, let me take a moment. Do we have questions? I see more people in the room. Let me invite those who want to contribute. If you would like to contribute, feel free to raise your hands. And for those joining on the other platforms, please type your questions. I noticed that there is a platform that is not connected where I cannot see what you're typing, but please do drop it after the session. I usually go around to see the comments I may have missed during this session. So, everybody enjoying this? You need a pen and a paper. Grab a pen and a paper. If you would like to come up and just engage in more practical discussion, feel free to join the discussion as well. Caleb, you okay? Good. Someone is taking the courage to raise his hands. Hi, Caleb. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm doing great. How about you?
Great, great, great. Any comments, questions, reactions so far?
I'm not yet.
Not yet.
Still.
You're still chewing. Okay. You guys, you can also use the chat space if you want to type. Okay. So I've shared that your thoughts and your energy, drive, emotion, when they both come together, they create a chemical reaction in your body. This is tied to the release of hormones. There are different types of hormones. You have endorphin, dopamine, cortisol, da 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 da. Is that you actually give instruction to your nervous system on how you want to react to life or how you're reacting to life. And whatever decisions you make with your thoughts, your body is designed to give it to you. Hear me well. Okay? Your body responds to you. Your body responds to you. It responds to your, it was designed to give you your thoughts. You see why this is so important? Your body was designed to make you feel your thoughts, to make you experience physical. This is where the spiritual side of you collide with the physical form. Is that thoughts that are abstract, metaphysical? You can't touch thoughts, you know that. But the world is formed by God's word. So everything is powered by thoughts. That's why when I talk about knowledge, education, my school, is that there's really not much you can do if you don't embody the knowledge, the information, the capacity to do anything you want to do. You can't become a doctor if you don't embody the knowledge of medicine. You can't become a pilot, you can't fly a plane if you don't embody the knowledge. There's nothing you can do. You cannot function in a capacity you haven't educated yourself on. You haven't programmed your mind to function in that capacity. And so those who discount knowledge, listen, you can, where are you going with ignorance? Ignorance will pull you back. Ignorance is the reverse. It's like when you're trying to go to a place, listen, should I turn right? Should I turn left? You're trying to move forward, make progress into the future. You don't have a roadmap. You don't have a guidance. You don't have leadership. You don't know where to turn, left, right. You have options. Life always is about options. Right now in front of you, you could be doing 10 different things. You chose to be listening to this one. You chose it. And because you chose it, you open the door to a new reality. So your choices opens you to reality. And the reality you experience is based on your choices. And you can program yourself to make better choices. Okay. You see, I'm being very careful. If you're not used to this, if you're not in my school, if you don't understand the type of way I teach, okay, I'm trying to just pace myself. But write this down. These things will change your life. We have to rewire ourselves, right, for success. We have to rewire ourselves for the future we want. Because buried under the past, whatever brought you here, okay? Question is, are you programmed to get yourself from here to there? When you're driving your car without roadmap, without a GPS, without guidance positioning system, right? You have options. Where do you turn? That's what ignorance does. Confusion. You don't know what to do, where to go, who to be, right? Because at this moment, at this junction, You don't have enough knowledge, experience, exposure to make the best choice that will lead you to the future you want. That's what's going on. Anytime you feel confused, trust me, just imagine yourself at a junction, different options. Now you're trying to decide, where do you go? What I always say is, listen, educate yourself. Go and ask people which way leads to the direction you want to go. That's why you invest in the knowledge that will help you open the right door of opportunities for your life. Not the crazy, chaotic one, not the crazy relationships. Listen, there's nothing you want to learn today that you cannot learn. You can learn how to choose a better husband. You can learn how to be a better mom or a father. You can learn how to play baseball. You can learn how to play guitar. You can learn how to build a business. You can learn. You can learn. You are designed to learn and embody knowledge. You are designed to be unstoppable. But what stops people is when they stop learning and growing. You were designed to be unstoppable. Listen, your being can take in knowledge, and knowledge expands your capacity. So why are you going with limited knowledge through life and expecting life to unpack the best for you? The way it is designed, let me come back to emotion. The way it is designed, your body will give you your thoughts. You will feel it, and then the world, the universe is also then programmed to say whatever thoughts and emotions you embody in the universe will then make sure you get it as well. You see, whatever you believe, the universe is also programmed to give you what you believe. You see how those things, it's just snowballing. You think a certain way, your energy force mixes it, gives it to you in your bloodstream, right? You feel it in your body, the universe picks it up. This is how God designed it. It was designed to give you whatever you want, right? Whatever you believe, the universe will hear you, read, just scan you top to bottom. And if you are negatively charged, gives it to you. Positively charged, gives it to you. That's why this is too important. It's just too important for people to be ignorant about what's going on. It's too important. So emotional healing. Listen, we all need this skill. The advanced side of it, where it gets clinical, you really need to get help, like professional help from people who have doctor in front of their name, right? You need to go find, listen, if it is advanced trauma, all those things, please find somebody that has DR, doctor this, find it in front of their name. Me, I'm Coach Toyin, Find a doctor, expert, go and pay that money and sit there until you are healed so that you can create a better life for yourself. Now, for the rest of us that we just want to develop the skill, right, to navigate better, life better in a more richer, prosperous way. Keep listening, but listen, I've just filtered out. If you really have serious life past issues, this is not funny. This is so serious. Your heart is in pain. You're struggling big time. Listen, things failing at the emotional level. Please seek help. Please seek help. There's no point trying to create anything in the future with a broken heart. You will just create a broken life. Trust me. Because your hands, your thoughts, your heart, out of your heart is your life. Jesus said it. Guard your heart, for out of it flows. Right? This is where manifestation is a thing of the heart. Right? This is your state of being. So whatever is in your heart, you are holding it, you're going to hold it in your hands. So this is why this is so important, that we have to heal our hearts. If you want to hold great things, great relationships, the best things in life, listen, it's from your heart. It's like a soil. If the soil is toxic, if the soil is not well, whatever you plant in it will be sick. You start a business, listen, you start a new job, If you don't change who you are uprooted, you're just moving around, job to job to job, you will encounter the same issues. That's what's going on. If you don't deal with this, you think the problem is your boss, you think it's this employer, you think it's this city, it's this state, you move again, you move to California. Okay, California will still expose the state of your heart again. Yes, California will soon, you will soon see the same relationship, the same reality. Why? Because it's flowing from your heart. You are vibrating at a certain level, and life is giving you that level of vibration. So, what do we do? Hi, yes, sis. If you want to come out on the screen as well, let's do that. Mr. Bossede, welcome to the stage. Yes, let's get the conversation started. Sis, if you want to come on the video on Instagram, let me know. I'll try and bring you on. Let's get the party started. This is a community healing session. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Bossede on Clubhouse.
Hey, hi everyone. This is Opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just said something that struck me the other time. I get to know that breakthrough is an inner thing. Until you're set in, you can come outside. And I know that your level of success cannot go beyond what you know. You can be successful more than what you're thinking. So sometimes we try to fake it, it won't last until you try to educate yourself, get some skill. That's when that success can be like sustained. So what I call fear sometimes is or what I call like lack of clarity, or sometimes when your body, let me use myself as an example, when my body is not aligning with my thinking, like I know I'm supposed to do something and my body's not going, like the two are not aligning. Mm-hmm. There's something, is either there is lack of clarity or there is fear. And fear for me is like something saying something is missing, maybe a skill is missing, or something I'm supposed to learn. You understand? And I don't know about. That's when I'll see that I'm procrastinating. That's when I'll see that I'm not being active. But when you know what to do, you'll get to know that your mind will override your body. Because if you keep telling you, this is the next thing, this is the next thing, this is the next thing, you understand? And even if you don't feel like doing it, sometimes I know what to do that will put me in motion. Even when I'm tired or I'm sick, I'll just put one or two of your emotional intelligence or something that will just spark me. I'll know how to trick that body because I know what to do. I'm just being lazy at that time. But it's different from not being clear. Clarity is the stress on its own. Our lack of clarity. It's the biggest problem on its own because you don't know what to do. Or you know that you want to do something, but you don't have the ability, you don't have the capacity, you don't have the enablement, you don't have the skill, you don't have what it takes. Then you struggle mentally, you struggle every other aspect. Yes. You understand? So, but if you get the skill and you are set, even though you meet with some problems, you understand there'll be something I'll be telling you, you know what? I trust this process. Let me keep going. Let me keep growing. I know something is at the end of this because you will see even that some little changes that you'll be seeing, it may not be that evident that will tell you, but you know what? You're on the right track. Yep. Just keep going. That's when you have that inner, especially when you have a coach like Coach Toyin that can give you that. That's where the inspiration, that's where the education comes in, or that motivation comes in. Because on the journey, you get tired. Yes. Okay. So that's when all these things can start popping in. Thank you so much for sharing that. I want to break down. You've said a lot. I love it because part of this journey is enriching our database and the language that we use to describe and navigate life. Right? Because one of lack of EQ is you can't even explain what is going on within you. That is one of the ignorance. You don't have the words, the vocabulary, the richness of knowledge to even express yourself. One of the skills of EQ is self-expression, your ability to explain to the world and to yourself
right? Knowledge, understanding of what is happening within you. You can't just, you don't have the words to describe it. It's a symptom of lack of EQ. Let me break down two things. Fear is different from doubt, which is what the two things you were explaining. Doubt, okay, is tied to not knowing the next step. You don't have clarity on what next to do or how to achieve or where to go or whether to say yes or no. When there is a decision that has to be made on a direction, when there is a step that needs to be taken, when there is task that needs to be completed, it is tied to productivity. When you don't have the confidence, knowledge, ability to perform a task in a way that gets you the outcomes you want, you are in a doubting state. You don't know what to do, how to do it, and how to do it to get the results you want. And when you are confused, you activate that emotion of doubt. Listen, doubt can make you go and lie down in confusion. You're like, you give up. Doubt makes people give up. Be like, right? Because analysis paralysis, your mind is tired of thinking of a way out. And the key is that you haven't educated your mind to solve this puzzle of life. It's like a math problem. You see, if you're given a math problem that the teacher has never ever given you the equation on how to solve, and you're trying to solve an equation you don't have knowledge of, you can scratch your head all you want. You don't just know the formula. That will make people be in pain. Just imagine, go back to school. Even when they've taught you, sometimes if you've not practiced enough to develop the skill, you can still solve it in the exam hall. That is doubt. You are given a puzzle. You are confronted with a reality that you have to solve. But your mind is not trained to solve it. You've never solved it before. And here you are, you don't want to ask somebody that has solved it. You don't want to ask for direction. You don't want to ask for instruction. Listen, we have to go back to the school of success and life. That's why I teach. Is that if they give you an assignment and you fail, ask the teacher, please, why? Like, this is the thing that we need to embrace. We need to become a student of life instead of feeling like we are masters of things we've not mastered. So I'm just giving you, just understand that anytime you're attempting something and it proves like you apply force, it doesn't work, it's not moving, it's not bulging, it's not shifting, it's not changing, you're not advancing, you're stuck at a junction. One of the keys to success is to go and find the information that will unlock that you there. You have to unlock yourself. And knowledge unlocks doors. Knowledge of who to talk to. This world is rich in abundance of education. It's just that people don't like learning. Learning is work. Now, the other emotion, so that's doubt. Again, I'm just giving you high level. You can go deeper, but I'm just giving you high level. Just something to create awareness and grasp that. Listen, you don't go further until you learn more. People are stuck. And one of the things people do is they pick this one, they can't move forward. They try something else, they can't move forward. They try something else, they can't. 3 projects later, none of it is complete. Why? Because you are not completing your education before you attempt to perform. Right? Productivity is tied to capacity. Productivity is tied to capacity. You want to go to the moon? Once you have the capacity to perform, nothing will stop you. Ignorance will stop people in the way. The second one is tied to vision. Okay, 100%. Okay, so that explains. Mr. Bossede, that first explanation, did you get that? Let me go to the next one. Yeah?
Yes, you just said something like you said productivity is tied to
capacity.
Capacity, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good.
Like when it's time to perform tasks, right? When it's time to do work, your mind is like a supercomputer, right? It's designed to solve puzzles, right? That's why education. But A mind that is blank, that is not educated, that is not informed, that is not exposed, there's very little it can do in the world. And if you're here to create value, you're here to contribute, to solve problems, to be a solution provider, to contribute value to other people, to serve the world. What are you serving the world with? Empty knowledge? You can only serve the world to the level of your capacity. Right? No brainer, right? I I hope this is this too much, Mr. Bosede? Like I
No, this is good.
Okay, it's good. Now the second one, let's drop a little into emotion. Drop. I just talked about the mind. Doubts, 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 doubts. Okay? Let's drop to the heart. You see this heart? This is where your beliefs lives, your visions, hopes, dreams, and aspiration. Okay? All your gifts, talents, everything, the best things that God has for you is living in your heart. It's not in your mind. It's in your heart. Because the heart, not the physical heart, I'm saying the spiritual heart that belongs to your soul. That's the side of you that is most connected to your spiritual side. If you had a pen now, like if we were in the same room, I'll draw something for you. Your spirit is connected straight to your heart. They communicate back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Your heart is connected to your mind. They communicate up and down, up and down, right? Mind, body, right? Mind, body connection, nervous system. Okay? Your heart sends messages outside of your body. You connect to other people's heart to heart, heart to heart. Your mind also emits energy outside of your body, mind to mind, mind to mind. So when we are communicating, I communicate with you from my heart to your heart, from my mind to your mind to your mind. Logic comes out of the mind, logic, reasoning, emotion, feelings come out of your heart. You will feel, right? If you are in a relationship, you will feel, right? And then you will think. So we are thinking beings and emotional beings. Feelings, emotion live from the place of the heart to heart. Our hearts joined, connected, right? You can beat, heart beat, right? When you have a baby, when you carry the baby, the baby is not even talking to you. You don't know what the baby is thinking. But listen, your heart beats. The baby resonates, vibrates, right? You can tune the baby with love, heart to heart, without words. You can tune. Emotion of love comes out heart to heart. When you envelope your baby, you can just say, Listen, the baby will stop crying. Now you can use words too, because this is when you are training the baby to speak and to hear you. You see my point? You get, I'm saying heart is deep. Love, 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 love comes out of the heart. Guess what? Fear as well. Okay? Fear. Whew. Because fear is a function of belief. I talked about doubt. Doubt is more of the mind confused, doesn't know what to do, how to do it. You are giving your mind assignment that it cannot complete. You are giving it a task you've not educated. You are the one confusing your mind because you are not exposing your mind. You are not educating your mind. You've refused to take the responsibility to invest in education. You did that to your mind. And the mind will tell you. If you go to ChatGPT and type, ChatGPT, tell me this. ChatGPT too knows how to reject and tell you, I don't know. I haven't been programmed. Right? The last time I received an upgrade from the internet is this. ChatGPT knows how to not respond to you. The same thing in mind. You're asking your mind, tell me how to create a business. The mind will say, what are you asking me to do? Brand? What is a brand? Your mind will question you. Will question, when did you program me to do that? Please leave me alone. Go and find the answer first before you put me to work. Yeah, if you ask your mind to solve a puzzle, you didn't teach it, your mind will go blank on you. You did that. Heal yourself by investing in the knowledge that will help your mind perform. But the other one, you see, fear is a different one. It's a function of the heart. You know why? Because it's tied to belief. Belief is not in your mind. Faith is not in the mind. Faith is in your heart. And what happens with fear is when you start believing that the outcomes you don't want might happen to you. Ha ha! You will freeze up. You will freeze up. Shock. It gives the system shock. It freezes up the entire system. You freeze. Your spirit cannot talk to you. Like, listen, it's like the mind body. It's you are fear is the most deadly. It locks people up because you are believing that something you do not want, you see it coming at you and you don't have a way to stop it. Fear weakens people. You see the Goliath, children of Israel, Bible, my teachings are based on Bible, right? Christian faith, right? I unpack the Bible so that we can, because many of us will go to church, we pray. Listen, everything you prayed for is in your spirit. It's just waiting for you to download and upload. When I say download, right? It's sitting in your spirit. You are blessed, you are gifted. This in your ideas, all the richest thing is sitting in that heart. But if you don't heal, it's sitting in your spirit. If you don't heal your heart cannot receive. It's like parable of the sower. When the seed comes and it meets your heart in a condition that is not prepared for the best things, it's like, whoa, cares of life choking it, fear choking it, this. Right? So part of EQ is understanding what forms belief system. And one of the things that is so, listen, I can't help you if you don't help yourself on this one. Right? Like, listen, because you can walk away. Bible will say you walk away, but you forget what you look like. Is that fear? The only solution is to override the story you're telling yourself. You have to believe something new and you have to override it. That's the only solution. Right? Because it freezes you up. You already believe it. And so reality is about to give you what you believe. You have to come up. That's why in the EQ class, I actually train you how to create new stories. You actually have to go. This is more of a spiritual practice. And if you're a Christian, go back into scripture. Start listening to what God told you about you. That's the only solution for fear. So, for example, I'll give you a scripture now. And you have to play with it. You have to massage it. God says, my thoughts towards you are of good, not of evil. Thoughts to prosper you and give you an expected end. You've got to believe that. You have to believe something new. That your expected end is not fear. That it is overcoming. That no matter what happens in the middle, this story ends victorious. That's the antidote. The end that you see must be victorious. If you see an unvictorious mind right now, your body will be like, we are not going there. Your mind will be, as you be, of course. If you put in front of you visions of failure, visions of this, your body will scream, no, we are not going. Leave me alone. Start a business. No. Oh, who is gonna do this? Who is gonna do that? Oh, no money, no time. Yeah. That's what's going on. Yeah, screaming, shouting, chaos, right? Fights inside you. Let's put this money into the business. Oh no, the money will not do this. It's about the hand. The story of the hand. When that story is not pleasant, when it's not successful, nobody's going there. Because it's your body is trying to protect you from your own story. Yeah, energy management to tell you you can't go in this way because there is no way there. You told that story. You did that. You did that. You told yourself it's not possible. You told yourself, you painted this crazy story for yourself. Now you are living mentally and emotionally in that reality. Now you're afraid. Now you are you are going spiraling, all of that. You created that energy stuff. You did that. And so the only fix is to go and find another story. You have to find another story about the end that says, hey, you need to start celebrating your hand. My thoughts towards you: when God sends you on an errand, listen, it is for good. Promised land is for good. But if you see Goliath and you start saying, oh, giants, ants, oh, you see that even that sound, God doesn't like it from his children. What did he say? Okay, if after everything I've done for you, if after bringing you from Egypt, if after giving you manna, if after giving you water, if after supplying you all these things, all this while, all the journey you've been going on up until now, if I've been keeping you, and you're not telling me I cannot keep you anymore, okay, I give you up onto your own reality. Go back, leave me alone. Even God cannot deal with that. He can't. That's why when angels come, they will say, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. This story is not about to end in failure. No, 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 no. This story is not this is not the end. This is not the end. So don't be afraid. So angels bring us a message of success. So if you cannot understand and lay hold of that story and believe and have faith again for big things, prosperous things, you're stuck. And usually people go back to the past. They live beneath the promised land. So those two things are different. And the solutions, they look different. The first one, doubt. The solution is education. The second one, the solution is to believe what God is telling you. And if you hear the voice of God, it is always for good, for a future, for a great. Say, He will give you an expected end, not an unexpected end. So if you cannot believe God at His word, He will leave you alone. And when God leaves people alone, it's a worst case. Depression is the worst. Why? Because those thoughts do not give you a way out. Thoughts that do not give you a way out. It will give you a way back to a very nasty place. So emotional healing is a real thing. That's why there are many classes. There were 7 classes I taught, right? You can access them either as a full member of my school, or there's another for non-members. Let me see if the link is here. I can just dictate the link. Yeah, let me just give you, go to guests, right? www.toyinumesiri.com/guests. These are non-members. You will see emotional intelligence classes. You can come through the back door, just take that bundle of classes, finish that one. If you're not a full member of my academy, because my academy has over 300 resources. That's the roadmap for success, for business growth and success. It has the quantum leap self-actualization program. It has the accelerate business degree, right? Accelerator, sales, marketing, branding, the A to Z of entrepreneurship, business development, workbooks, on and on. But if you're not a full member of my academy, and I invite you to join us, listen, become unstoppable. Wealth. When you develop the skills for wealth creation, I designed this program to support my wealth builders, right? Because emotion is part of wealth building. Okay. So I have to go now. I actually have a meeting in like 2 minutes that I need to head out to. Parting words. Let me stop there. Parting words. Time really flies, right? When you are enjoying yourself. Go ahead, Caleb, quickly.
Thanks so much. Although she had a question, me. Well, thank you so much. Maybe I'll keep my thoughts.
No, ask. Oh, I also see another. Quickly ask your question.
Yes. So the first thing that struck me was when you talked about how that it's like it follows you everywhere. Your mindset work, like even if you travel to another country, travel to another space, what life is to serve you with the reality that is built within you. So changing location doesn't really affect, it doesn't cure the issue of the state of the heart. Yes, I just wanted to say, like, what you do, are you sure it's not beyond just mindset work?
No, this is no, this is breakthrough, right? Spiritual breakthrough, emotional breakthrough, mental breakthrough, physical well-being, right? These are the growth areas, because prosperity is not a one-dimensional equation. Listen, you can go to school all you want. You can be intellectually savvy all you want, but if you don't deal with your heart, you can't deal with anything that is tied to relationship, your relational blessings, spouse, parents, kids, your relationship with other human being is not tied to how many schools degree you have or how many success blah 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 you hang on your door. This, you can have $1 million in your heart and in your bank account, but if your heart is poor, we know all these things, right? The true success, what does it profit a man if he gains his whole head but lose his own soul? Right? EQ is at the soul level, is at your place of peace, right? So chase money all you want, but when you put your head on your pillow, are you well? Are you at peace? Are you happy with the life you are living, the people you are doing life with? So it's not just about money. But if you think it's about money, go and read the stories of people who jump off a cliff. It's horrible. But as we're going, my own students, listen, I work with the highest level, the most successful people in the world. I already sit at their table. The most successful 1% people, I already sit at their table. I work with the most successful people, the ambassadors, this government, this. I already know and see and experience heights of success. I'm telling you, those who are coming up, if you are coming up, get your heart right. Get your heart right. Get your heart right. Because the heights will put you under incredible pressure. If you don't prepare your heart, there's only so far you can go. That's why I teach this way. Okay? Sheikuku was asking, can you talk about scenarios where capacity exists in abundance without opportunities and how that leads to fear? You are living quickly. Let me answer this. Quickly, you see this capacity. Part of capacity is your ability to network your way to success. It's one of the skills, secrets of success in the 10-week accelerator. I talk about the game plan, 12 strategies for winning in life and business. One of the capacity for success is relationship. You are living in a time right now, you can network your way to prosperity. If you don't have the skill of networking, of communication, it's also a skill. So there are different capacity levels. What's happening is people only see capacity through the lens of I went to school to get this BSc, this master's. No, there is real, whatever you call soft skills, leadership skills, communication skills, human to human relational skills. They are all capacity. You can be a PhD but have failure. You can't talk your way to success. Networking is one of the secrets of success. If you can network, you don't even need too much IQ. You get other people to do the work for you. You activate success through the capacity of other people. You can activate more, you can expand. This is the power of synergy. You have your own capacity. Anytime you feel limited, it's because you are not in the right relationships. Because the right relationship will open endless doors for those who want to go. So trust me, part of what you are saying is still lack of EQ, ability to connect with people who have the capacity to give you what you need for life. And people who say, oh, this, come to events, come to my class. You have to come, you have to show up, you have to be in the rooms where the right people are networking, not on this social media. There's only so much social media can do for you. Governments, they cannot communicate with you on social media. Investors, they cannot invest in you. These things are done for people who show up. So even lack of capacity is you don't know the right people don't know you. And that in of itself is a skill. Thank you so much. I gotta go. I have a meeting. Bye. Thank you. And join us, right? Academy. Listen, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I gotta run. Okay, join us, Academy, and then the EQ class, you have to take it today. 7 classes, toyinumesiri.com/EQ. If you're not my member, if you're not my student, and for my students, you already have access to do it.